Dead Rails had another super cool update. Today, they've added 2 new game modes, where you can play as a horse and also sell fool's gold for a random item. You can even unlock a brand new horse class if you beat the game in the new horse game mode. Only 2% of you are subscribed, so please remember to subscribe as it helps me out a ton and would be pretty nice of you. Now let's begin. So first, we're gonna try the horsing around game mode. And when we spawn in, we don't really get our class items anymore, even if you equipped a class. It does feel like I'm walking faster though. Anyways, let's just first go ahead and take all our shop items and get going. Since we're a horse, I guess it would make sense for the train to not spawn. I also bought some armor at the shop, so let's go find a camera and see what we look like. Luckily, right outside here we have this little furniture store. I'm able to run at the same speed as this sprinter zombie, which is actually kind of underwhelming. With this camera, I could finally see what I look like. Yeah, they really gotta fix the armor for the horses. This looks like a turban. Anyways, we're gonna see if we can tame these wolves here. Looks like we're just about able to outrun them. I'm planning on building a carriage of wolves later. Also, just like normal horses, I don't think I can heal passively, so we're gonna have to find some bandages or something. Now let's see how we do against the town. Since usually horses are faster than zombies in the towns, this should go pretty smoothly. And looks like we're faster than basically every zombie here. Nothing can really touch us. I was able to get this sick little tomahawk. We're not going to be raiding too much since we're already pretty much set for the whole game. Let's just go ahead and quickly take these wolves here before it turns night. There's not really anywhere safe for me to go at night, so we're just gonna have to run. I guess we're just too slow for the werewolves since they can actually slowly catch up. This class obviously would be too overpowered if we had normal horse speeds. I found these bandits outside this massive town here, and it looks like we can actually ride horses while being a horse. It sadly only works once, since I can't get back on after. And at this barn, we finally found this carriage. It works perfectly fine with me, and I can simply tow it behind me. This is a very good way to expand inventory space. However, this class is just way too slow and vulnerable since you spawn without a train, and I got brutally mauled that night. Now before we do the other game mode, let's try this with some other YouTubers. Seeing everyone as horses instead of people actually feels so off. We actually look so stupid right now. It's really weird seeing horses run around on their own. Anyways, let's collect our loot and start heading out. I got about 100-something snake oil at my disposal since it actually makes horses so much faster and will make this process less painful. These guys are also wearing the armor pieces on their head, which just looks so incredibly stupid. Guess we're just gonna start walking now. One of our guys actually found a tamed horse as well as a wagon, ending up with this abomination. Honestly, what in the world is he doing to that horse? Since we're so pathetically slow compared to the train, we're gonna have to start popping some snake oils. We have this torch cart so at night everyone can see. I was even able to steal it for a while. I don't even know how, but one of our guys even got their hands on an electrocutioner. Anyways, it's now day, and the town is right ahead. There's only one logical thing to do. Since I'm so fast, I can easily bait all of them. They do got me kind of cornered, so the only thing I can do now is run in and use crucifix. Thankfully, that electrocutioner guy saved me at the last minute. We couldn't really find the banknote, so we tried to glitch into the bank with the horse. Just take a minute and see how stupid this truly looks. Afterwards, we took this quick break at the next stop. Looks like this guy found this mysterious-looking key, so I'm just gonna take a look at it. Honestly, I have no idea what this could be for. Maybe it's for the end, where you need to open some sort of vault. Anyways, before we left, we took this sick group picture, but this stupid cameraman couldn't get it to work. Me and this guy did achieve heaven for a second, though. Anyways, we got dripped out with our new saddles and hit the road. Just this huge group of horses traveling together looks so stupid. We caught this inferior horse lacking, and one of our guys straight up dismantled him. That's what they get for being inferior. I guess it's just a trend now to kill every horse that we see, so I might as well jump in. Right before night, I spotted Camp Sterling, so we pulled up and busted all over the entrance and made it open up. This gotta be so horrifying for the skeletons living inside. Luckily, I have a lantern, so we're just gonna go ahead and go straight for the jade tablets. One of our horses actually died, and he oiled absolutely everywhere. We're actually blast-proof, so I don't even know how he found a way to die. Afterwards, this one dude collected the rest of the tablets, and just like that, we now have the Emerald Sword in our arsenal. We are now basically invincible. These few lit a dynamite for fun and somehow took 0 damage. Horse might just be the best class yet. Anyways, at night we recharged the electrocutioner with a big, long orange rod that I found earlier in the run, and just like that we are off yet again. Now it's time to get ourselves yet another electrocutioner. I'd say we would stand a pretty good chance against Nikola Tesla near the end. Anyways, I'm not looking to fight that huge horde of zombies, so we're gonna head on over to this small town on the side. And here I found a corpse of one of our horse warriors. Since I didn't have a bandage, I just ended up throwing him around. But before we could even leave, it turned into full moon, so we ended up hiding in this little house in the town. We tamed this werewolf with the mask and sent him to slap the other werewolves through the wall. He was losing a little, so I tossed my entire load of Molotovs all over them. We cashed out our items at the next town, and I raided this little bandit camp solo. I found this little machine gun which can be attached to the carriage. Just imagine how stupid a horse would look using a machine gun. At the next town, I was able to masterfully bait all these zombies into this little group and walk over a crucifix. This sadly crashed my game. Well, now luckily the developers were kind enough to give me the class for free, so let's test it out in a normal game. The movement definitely feels a little weird, but you're much faster. You won't be able to climb anything, sadly. Let's just buy our usual and head out to test it out at the town. But first, we're gonna need some coal, so let's loot this little thing here. We were able to get this cool selfie, and I also found this super cool sword. I collected a few coal and went back to the train. I guess the train doesn't like a horse driving it, so I sadly have to abandon it. On the bright side, I got dripped out on the second house with this epic saddle, and also got some snake oil, which I immediately wasted on running slightly faster for a couple of seconds. Right now, I'm actually capable of running faster than the vampire. This class could be super good for hardcore mode since it has the speed of pre-buff vampire. However, you get 0 passive healing, so you'll need to stock up on tons of healing items. You do run slower if you look back, and that's probably why I died here. I'd honestly just stick with Cowboy if you suck cheeks at the game like I do. Well, anyways, I guess it's time to play the other mode. I'm actually not too sure how this one works, but supposedly you can find fool's gold around the map which you can sell for a random effect. Let's see if we can find any of this fool's gold. So first I saw this beautiful sheriff's office. After quickly clearing the zombies, we actually found a piece of fool's gold. Next up, we're actually going to try raiding the town. It would make sense for the bank to spawn fool's gold, but sadly it only spawned the typical loot. I believe that this fool's gold can only spawn in random spots, so I guess fixed places like the bank won't be able to spawn it. Nonetheless, we found yet another piece in another house. Not too sure about this honestly, but let's see what it gives. We got like 5 entire pieces of gold as well as an entire $100. Honestly, this is probably more op than normal gold. The last banks we checked were the beaten down ones, but what about the fancy ones? These small towns are super easy since I probably play this game more than I sleep. Anyway, in the bank lobby, I was able to find a piece of fool's gold just sitting there. But sadly, it had nothing inside the vault. I guess fool's gold just spawns randomly. You can't really find it at any fixed locations, and it's just a rare version of the gold bar. But what about mining? After beating down on this ore for like a good 5 minutes, it just gave me a stupid normal gold. Unfortunate. Now I heard you need to be at the end in order to win this challenge, so let's go ahead and do that. So first we're just gonna deal with these guys by sniping as many as we can from afar. They gotta honestly buff this part of the game since it's so incredibly easy compared to any other landmark. And looks like we've found the vault. Don't question how I got it, but I did bring a key along to open the door. Just simply stick it in and it'll open up to this beautiful unicorn as well as 10 entire bonds for you to claim. This is actually a decent way to grind bonds. You'd get 10 extra bonds on top of all the bonds in the houses, as well as the 10 you get from winning. So if you run Conductor with this game mode, you can get tons of bonds. Let's now see what stuff we can get with these fool's gold. Don't question how, but here, I have access to about 25 fool's gold to sell. So right off the bat, the game tries to kill me with live dynamite. How fun. The torch tweaked out afterwards like that snake oil from earlier. Next, we actually got an electrocutioner. This is going to be useful in case the game tries to kill me again. Next, I got this $1 and some random items, however, after I actually got this super cool key. This is the key you'd need to use in order to finish this game, I'm pretty sure. So if you ever get this, hold on tight to it. Then I just got some bandages and snake oil as well as a few $100. Nothing too dangerous so far. For our next few, the game tries to kill me again, but I get yet another key. I also get this flaming skeleton guy who dropped his head for some reason. I have kind of a stupid idea. We're gonna go ahead and sell all 20 of these at once and see what catastrophe happens. I hear all mobs are able to be spawned from this, including werewolves, so this might be fun. We're going to be using the horse class for this since there's a wagon in the back to haul all the gold. If you place the stuff onto the wagon, sack the wagon, and then unsack it, all the stuff placed on it will teleport onto the wagon. Let's just go ahead and attach all 20 of these fools' gold onto the wagon. We're just going to simply place this wagon in our sack and then unsack it on the sell platform and see what chaos erupts. Mostly we got pretty good loot, but it also spawned a bandit guy and this skeleton. I thought the bandit was supposed to be helping me, but I guess not. In this one clip, this guy actually got Nikola Tesla out of fool's gold. I'm just happy I didn't get 5 big buff werewolves maul me the minute I pressed sell. This is honestly a super fun update. The horse game mode will only be available for a few days, so hurry up and get your horse class. The class will be permanent. However, these game modes will be gone after April Fool's Day. Anyways, that'll be all for today. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and have a great day.